Howdy folks, and welcome back to Armoured Warfare with the mighty Jingles. I have to tell you, it's been a bit of a strain putting 2 videos up every day this week. But I won't be doing it for much longer because I'm going to run out of bonus content from my visit to Wargaming's headquarters in Cyprus, and then it'll be right back to doing the usual 1 video every day, and I am very, very much looking forward to it. And so today's video for Armoured Warfare is a single battle, but it was a pretty impressive one. Not so much on my behalf, although I did do quite well in this one, right until the point where I didn't. I'm in the Centauro B1, Italian Tier 6 wheeled tank destroyer. I have to admit, this machine is not as good as I was expecting it to be. It's not bad, but the gun performance isn't quite what I was expecting to get on a machine that, while highly mobile, has absolutely no armour whatsoever. Even after upgrading, as you can see here, it's got the applique armour kit, which, if you're lucky, will stop you from taking 1, maybe 2 hits at the most. It's still, even with the armour upgrade, a very, very badly armoured machine. And the 105mm gun, it's another variation of the famous British Royal Ordnance L7, is really no better than the equivalent 105mm gun that you get on a Tier 6 light tank like the VFM Mark V, and at least if you were in a VFM Mark V you'd have the same mobility, the same gun, and you'd have some armour. In comparison to an equivalent tier main battle tank, you get less penetration and less damage, although you do get a better rate of fire and better accuracy. So I'm really struggling to find a place for the Centauro B1. The good news, of course, is that this upgrades to either the LEV600 at Tier 7 or the Centauro 120, and the 120mm gun on the Tier 7 is very, very good. I'm really enjoying the Centauro 120, but the Centauro B1 down here at T6, yeah, it's alright. I did quite a bit of damage in this game, however. This particular cooperative battle is Operation Anvil. I do like this battle, although it can go very, very horribly wrong very, very quickly, and as always it's down to the players. The final capture point, which you can see over on the far eastern point of the map, if your team is not ready to take that capture point, if your vehicles are spread out all across the map chasing secondary objectives, for example, and somebody drives into that capture point, you can lose very, very quickly. When the respawns pop up to assault your team as you try to hold on to that capture point, if your team is split up and scattered across the map, you're going to lose. Of course, all that it takes in order to ensure that that doesn't happen is for whoever is about to drive into the cap circle just to stop and ask the team if they're ready, but we all know how hard it can be to do that. Multiplayer gaming at its finest. To be completely honest, it's not even necessary to stop and ask your team if they're ready. Just look at the map. If the team isn't deployed in positions to cover that capture circle, there's a fairly good chance they're not actually ready for you to trigger it. But, well, multiplayer gaming, you know what it's like. So don't be surprised if you are playing Operation Anvil. If you do get caught out of position, I hate to say the responsibility is on you to make sure you get yourself into a good spot before that final wave is triggered. And it shouldn't be on you to make sure that you're in a good spot. The guy that's about to trigger the spawn should have the common sense to not do it until he can see the team's ready. But that's the thing about common sense, it's not quite as common as it should be. So if you do find yourself playing Operation Anvil, make sure that you don't get stuck at the back of the map when that final spawn gets triggered, otherwise you're likely to come to a very, very sticky end. It's happened more times than I care to mention. Now, I'm actually doing alright here, but this particular video isn't really about me, it's about our Challenger 1 main battle tank over there, Diamond Star. He and our artillery, the guy in the Palmer rear, sitting at the back, putting some good support fire in, were the real rock stars of this match. The team lineup isn't ideal. We've only got 1 main battle tank, 2 armoured fighting vehicles, although we've already lost 1 of them, myself and a wheeled tank destroyer and 1 artillery. I've played Operation Anvil where the entire team consisted of main battle tanks, and cleared this map in minutes. When you don't have a lot of main battle tanks, that's when you have to start being, what's the right way to put this, creative. That's no bad thing, of course. It makes for a completely different pace of game, I can tell you that for nothing. I've had games where, for whatever reason, the matchmaker has seen fit to not give us a single main battle tank on the team. Or if they have given us a main battle tank, he's tier 6, and everybody else on the team is tier 8. People driving around in artillery, armoured fighting vehicles, tank destroyers, nothing with more than 50mm of armour, and it gets very interesting, I can tell you that for nothing. At the same time, it's fun just bullying your way through in a bunch of main battle tanks, and it's certainly quicker. But it's a different kind of fun. It's not quite that bad in this match. The main battle tank that we have is at least a challenger. He's the tier 7 on the team, and he's really going to earn his pay in this battle, I can promise you that. So we're still working our way forward. And it's occurred to me that there's not an awful lot of time left to complete the secondaries. And I know there's one... Oh, hang on. Okay, I can't quite go for it just yet, or can I? We've got some targets down here. Crap, crap, crap. When you're driving the Centauro, vehicles equipped with autocannons like that Bradley back there, look at my health just evaporate. Get the smoke grenade out. That thing is an absolute lifesaver in this kind of machine. You almost never need to use it until you have to go in and start clearing people out, you know, street to street, as it were, like this. I need to kill that Bradley. I'm pretty sure he's still there. Yep, got him. Right. Less than a minute left to get the secondaries. In fact, half a minute. I know there's one of them. I mean, you can see them on the map. Bunch of howitzers. You don't actually need to shoot them. I'm loading Hesh. You can just drive over them. You're in an armoured vehicle after all, even if it's not particularly well armoured. And that's enough to take them out. Now, where's the other one? Can I get to it in time? I'm going to have to motor. I've only got 10 seconds. Come on. It's down here. Come on. Almost. It's right there. There it is. I can see it. No, ran out of time. Okay, we didn't get the secondaries completed on this one. And I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking those tanks are getting awfully close to that cap circle, and I do not want to be caught all the way back here if they trigger those enemy reinforcement waves. They haven't quite done it yet, however. It's vitally important that you clear all remaining enemy vehicles from the map before you trigger that cap countdown. And you can see that the cap is completely exposed there, just as I pop one into this Leo 2. You almost never complete Operation Anvil by capping. Or if you do, well, actually I don't think I've ever seen it happen. I'm sure it must have happened at some point or another, but you usually end up wiping out all of the enemy tanks as they spawn and come in and try and take that cap off you. And it's around about here. I mean, I've done over 11,000 damage, which is not bad in the B1. And it's around about here where things go horribly, horribly wrong. And here it is. Oh crap. This is not good. A couple of things have gone wrong actually. I've run out of Sabo ammunition and I'd switched to high explosive by default. I've realised my mistake. I've switched to heat. But I'm taking, no, 32 health left. And there's two of them. And we've lost the other AFV and we're about to, yeah, okay. Crap. So, the cap has been triggered. There are... You can't see them all yet, but there are something like 8 or 9 enemy tanks. We've got one main battle tank supported by artillery. And I was pretty much convinced that this was done. I'd just done, up until this point, my damage record in the Centauro in a co-op battle. And it was all for nothing. The Challenger's on fire. What's the point? But this was the Challenger that refused to die. Yep, that's right. Respawn's popping up behind him. And I'm typing in chat, BMP behind you. There's not just a BMP behind him. There's two of the buggers. Watch this. Look at the battering this Challenger has taken. You see the ERA armor plates? They're all gone from the front of the tank. They're all gone from this side of the tank. I'm pretty sure they're all gone from the other side of the tank as well. So he just calmly backs up. Make sure that the front of the tank is pointing towards these guys, or as many of them as he possibly can, and then kills the one that he can't turn the front of the tank towards. And the artillery isn't sitting on his hands either. He's given some supporting fire as and when he can. They just couldn't kill this guy. It's the Challenger for you. He is a top tier main battle tank after all. And I began to think, we might actually do this. Well, I say we, the guy in the Challenger. They're trying to, the AI is generally as dumb as a box of rocks, but they are trying to get around behind him. So he keeps reversing, keeps putting shots into them. Artillery working over the guys to his front, while he deals with the guys on his flank. Frankly, I am amazed he still had ammunition. Maybe he's already gone for a reload. In PvE, you get a consumable you can use that replenishes all your ammunition and 20% of your hit points. He just kills another one. Casually drives up to this light tank. As he tries, you can run, but you'll just die tired. Puts another shot into him. Artillery dropping flares on the cap circle so he can keep the fire up at the guys who are over there. There he is. German player. Meanwhile, oh, he actually does still have a couple of explosive reactive armor plates intact on the left hand side of the tank, but that's pretty much it. Oh no, wait, he's got one left on the right side of the tank as well, and absolutely nothing at the front. Not that it's surprising. Threats to his flanks dealt with. Artillery keeping up the barrage. The Challenger finishing them off. 2 tanks left. And yeah, it's just a Warrior. He doesn't have anything to worry about from the Warrior's 30mm rod and autocannon. Certainly not from the front. There it goes. Still a Leo 2 out there somewhere as well. Artillery keeping up the barrage. I do love... You notice the way when he fires the gun, watch. It kicks up all this dirt and dust around him. It's just fantastic special effects. And there's still time to cap. But we're not going to need to, because this is the last tank remaining. As soon as they've killed this... Never thought we were going to win that one. Absolutely outstanding work, both the artillery and the Challenger main battle tank. I mean, I did all right. I did over 12,000, which up until this point had been my damage record in the Centauro B1. But Diamond Star there in the Challenger Mark 1. Let's just say that if this was his first match of the day, he had a really good daily double. There you go. Look at that. 22,000 damage done. And look at the amount of targets he spotted. He spotted more targets in the main battle tank than both of the armoured fighting vehicle scout tanks combined. And, you know, a shout out to Kelthor as well there, the German player in the Palmaria, Tier 6 artillery. 8,000 damage isn't bad in that machine. And, thanks to using his illumination shells, he got some good spots in as well. So, I think we owe that game to, well, the 2 survivors. Never thought we were going to win that one. I've had games like that in the Challenger, where I've done 20,000 damage and gotten 18 kills and still managed to lose. But not today, no. No, Diamond Star refused to go down without a fight and managed to just pull that win right out of his arse at the last second. Hope you enjoyed today's video anyway, folks, and that's it for me for this week. There will, of course, also be a bonus video up today, part 5, I believe, if I'm keeping correct score, of my visit to Wargaming's global headquarters in Cyprus. Other than that, have yourselves a good weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.